lot more ways to play these fights. They've got Dream Coil, they have Ancient Seal, they've got Doom, they've got a Sven who's able to deal with these people that are all locked down. So I much prefer what D2 Hustlers are able to bring around this time around. But I mean, I love watching Core Dazzle. It's one of my favorite heroes to watch.
Okay,
but there's a fight going on.
Yuma find a 3-hero Stormhammer here. The Dazzle comes in a little bit too late to be able to provide the necessary heals. Yuma looks like he's going to live as well with the magic stick. And they're going to try and chase for more. LeBron, he's the one that's first in the line of fire. Divine Llama trying to run him down with the Scorched Earth. A couple more right clicks might do the trick as Yuma has gone all the way around. Alex tried to use the Mischief to dodge out all of these spells. Only momentarily successful. Will still end up dead. 3 hero kills picked up. They saw what happened in the first game. Ancient Tribe made this exact move. They didn't find a big kill off of it, but they threw 5 heroes in the Twin Gate. This time around, they get heavily punished for this adventure.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the old Twin Gate gank. I don't know why teams are doing it now. Maybe they saw some teams do it and they were like, oh yeah, this Twin Gate gank at level 1 is insane. But I mean, you got punished just there. Like, Little Pleb literally walked out of the gate and just walked into 4 heroes and just died. So, not a good start for him. But at the end of the day, they're able to at least get themselves some bounty runes. And they didn't lose that Dazzle, I think was pretty important. I think if Mobe goes down too early on in his lane, it can really force some issues for him. He did have to skill Shadow Wave, which kind of sucks a little bit. But yeah, it's a very good start here for D2 Hustlers.
I was actually about to ask you about this. The fact that he had to go for Shadow Wave, this changes this mid lane quite a lot. Adzentic will still have to deal with the Poison Touch eventually, but you pretty much had a free time for the first wave. Wasn't able to collect all the creeps that he wanted to, but not being able to put under too much pressure. Mobe will have to see what he's made of on this Dazzle. On the other side of the map, the Yoloko and gang still want to put pressure onto Low Pleb, but this time around, he doesn't have the free damage that the Enchantress gave you. Only playing a lowly Rubik every now and then as Fade Bolt. Beyond that, his influence in this lane not going to be felt for quite some time on this Rubik.
Yeah, and especially because Little Pleb this time around started with the Acid Spray level 1. So it just gives him that little bit of extra damage in the lane to be able to push out the wave and get these last hits early on for Little Pleb. Just have to try and deal with Scorched Earth when it is up and available. But yeah, much easier lane this time around here for Little Pleb. So should be off to a rip-roar of a start. It doesn't have the same kind of cores to play around with, though, which is a little concerning, especially if Little Pleb doesn't have a really good start. It can be hard for him to transition if they don't have these scary cores, much like he did the previous game. Like Primal plus Viper, they do a lot more damage than what a Visage plus Dazzle do. So
right now, this Dazzle still just chilling, farming up. He's actually the one that's going to be queuing up the Solar Crest. And actually going to try and maybe make a play onto her Coda as they hit the level 2 on this Alex Monkey King. Not going to try and make the jump though. Mid lane, we do have several points into the Poison Touch now. So that does mean more domination should be expected from Mobe. He's starting to pull ahead in the CS department. So the question is, how is Adzentic going to respond to this? Thankfully for him, he does have his bottle. And the one big advantage he does have against this Dazzle, the last time I saw this matchup being played, this was before Water Runes were involved. So you would lose out on sustain and you would stay lost. But now, with these Water Runes and Puck, you always have the mobility advantage. So you can always make sure you get back the lost HP taken away by Mobe without it costing you too much CS in the lane.
yeah, exactly. And Adzentic is doing a really, really good job at phase shift dodging the Poison Touch. I've seen him do it like 2 or 3 times now. So he's definitely feeling good with this lane. It's just going to be about the rotations, I think, for me here for Ancient Tribe. They have a much more ball-up kind of style. They want to stay with their Dazzle. They want to stay with their Visage. So I really want to see how they play this mid-game. Don't want to get caught in this kind of farming war. You're playing up against a Doom, you're playing up against a Sven, who are all happy at sitting back and farming. Even a Puck to a certain extent, right, where he's able to just sit back and farm out, push out a lot of these waves. So I really want to see Ancient Tribe hit that first kind of couple of item timings, you know, maybe like a Solar Crest +1, and then Little Pleb joins the fight and it takes some objectives early on.
What we saw happen in game 1 is definitely not going to happen here, where just Yuma by himself is way ahead in net worth from the rest of his team. Here, all 3 cores can farm, can keep themselves relevant in the game as it scales. So that's going to be a pretty good thing for them. Top lane, We saw LeBron just harassing out these heroes a little bit. But everybody's just chilling. Some high fives, you know, some sportsmanship being showed. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty boring first couple of minutes, I think. Like, the Alchemist lane is going well. They're just going to be able to spam them out. They will have a little bit of...
Diolico. Oh, no! LeBron and Lil Pleb not there with the coordination together, so they can't... That would have been definitely a kill.
But now they're just having to fall back a little bit, and that's unfortunate in two phases. One, you do miss the kill, and two, he acid sprayed in a poor spot.
All right. Well, fortunately for them, Diolico will wander himself very far up in the lane and give them an additional opportunity to make that kill happen. And the Ancient Tribe will take it, bringing down the Rubik and the gold going the way of Little Pleb. Presumably going to still be building into the Radiance build. You know, in the previous game, he's playing into TB, and TB could never itemize against it. Yeah, he eventually went MKB, but there's still a huge heaping of his damage not being utilized on the illusions. Yuma will not have such concerns. If he buys MKB on the Sven, which we have seen some Svens already doing, even when not playing into Radiance or Butterfly, the damage will certainly be there. And a Lil Pleb, like you mentioned in the draft, doesn't always build into the highest armor items on this Alchemist. So if the Sven gets far enough ahead early on, we'll be able to blow him up, even through the region of the Chemical Rage.
Yeah, I definitely think Radiance is probably just going to be the build for Alchemists. I'm not sure if Battle Fury is going to be that great for them these days. Maybe if you're playing into like a Muerta or something like that, something you try and go for. But Yuma, he's in trouble.
They're actually trying to jump him here. I don't know about this one though, gang. As Yuma just wanders into the range of the tier 1 tower, gets access to some additional protection. Will salve up as well. Unfortunately for him though, it is a stolen salve from his support, so he's not going to get the max benefit out of it.
Very true. You can see the first rotation coming in from Diolico as well. He's taking the Twin Gate, heading towards bottom. They want to see if they can get a kill here on to mix up. Don't know if they have the damage just yet to deal with. You know, even though it's only one level of Gravekeeper's Cloak.
Top lane though, they do have the damage potentially to kill off this Divine Llama Doom. Do they actually? Oh my god, okay, they have Concoction again. And this one, they're not going to throw it. They don't think they can do this. Dude, that was actually, bottom lane, they will go on to Mixer, and they do manage to get the kill. They cut the tree down so that Alex will not be able to find an escape either. And with a couple more right clicks, Yuma finishes him off, gets himself a double kill. LeBron went top to try to find an offlane kill, can't do it all by him. And that's just Divine Llama alone. But his team make good on the promise. They say, bro, don't worry, we'll leave you alone, we'll get these kills. And they certainly do find them.
Yeah, that's big for him because he did just pick up his Vanguard as well. So him having Vanguard means that he's a lot tankier in this lane. Yeah, the Acid Spray can be very, very scary for you. And if you get Arid, can almost certainly spell your doom. But as long as you have Scorched Earth running, I think you should be okay in this game. And now you can just see that Little Pleb has just gone into the jungle, picked up that level 6. He's able to do what he did before, and he's being able to get Mud Golems again. But yeah, definitely with having, I think D2 Hustlers are feeling better about how the first game is going. Their Doom is going to be able to scale much better. The kill on bottom and Mixer, who is a bit of a rough goal, but he's only 20 and did just hit level 5, and Yuma, he's the one that's really starting to accelerate. He's getting close to his own Mask of Madness. They've been able to build up the stacks for the Sven as well, and now it just means that the supports can rotate with the Puck, who, if they start getting kills onto Mobe, then this game can really start to fall behind here for Ancient Tribe.
Yeah, Azentic has done a phenomenal job. At this exact stage in Game 1, he was like 800 gold behind on the Viper, but now he's actually ahead of this Dazzle. He's about to get further ahead if they can find this kill onto Alex. Commits the Dream Coil just to ensure that this does happen. And Waning Rift connects, couple more right clicks. Diolico doesn't want to take the risk of a deny from this creep wave, so just finish him off with the Fade Bolt. D2 Hustlers starting to feel really good. Doom's also farming really well on the top side of the map. Yuma's farming well. Agentic not being bullied middle. And Mobe is actually going for a hand on Midas, so he's not going to have his influence on the map felt all that much for a while. And they also will find Mixer again, Fluke. You were saying that he's not having the easiest time in the world in the CS department. But with the second death, this is just not one of these like, alright, it's fine, boys, I'm going to die 2, 3, 4 times in the laning phase and still have massive impact down the stretch. This hero needs to get off to a good start, and he has absolutely zero net worth to speak of. Only marginally ahead of supports at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he's really starting off rough. I think Yuma, yeah. So that was something interesting that I just watched bottom. And this is something that carry players and support players probably need to get used to. Yuma was standing outside of the old spawn box of this medium camp when his support was trying to stack it. And now that they think that there's a ward there, but he was actually standing in the spawn box the entire time because it has changed coming into this game. So that's some small things that players need to think about in this. But yeah, you know, just going back to Mixer, he's going for this like early item with like the solar crest, the way that it's built. So he's trying to be much more of like a supportive Visage. But if you're not able to abuse the Visage early on and take down some of these supports like Rubik and Sky really don't deal with Visage as soon as he hits level 6, it just means that now that, you know, they're able to leave Hakoda bottom, if he dies, it doesn't really matter. It's going to take them a little bit of time to do it. You know, at least try anyways. Oh, he's okay. He's a mega dead.
There's a
little bit of time.
medallion. I mean, the medallion just arrived on the Visage, so that drastically increased the damage output that could come from the Zero. So that allows them to get the kill and start putting pressure on the tower. Yuma has no interest in being in the lane right now. Wants to concern himself with farming. And they pop Moonlight. Looks like they want to fight in the top lane here. I don't know if they got scouted.
Guys, he's doing it.
Is he doing it?
Yeah, he's doing it with Hanamitis.
Oh no, he is. Oh god, that's so
Top
cheesy. Top lane, Theoloco will die here. Alright, I want to see this cheese from Mobe. No way, is he just going to go?
He just Midas.
Alright, he just Midas. Let's see, it's cost him
And he has it
570 HP. We'll see if he dares to do it again while this puck is this close by.
Nah, 100%. You just wait for it to go away, and then you can just do the exact same thing. Oh, he did use. Oh my god, that's rough. So the thing is with bad juju is whenever you use it, it resets the 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And doesn't go away. So just wait the 20 seconds, fam. It's fine. Having like a 30-second Midas is going to be nuts.
Oh
for
my
him.
god.
Especially once he starts getting higher levels in bad juju, you know, you're able to take an extra second off it, but the way it's going right now is, yeah, Mobe can abuse this Hanamitis. So you can just go bang, bang. Wants to do it again? Do it again.
Is this fair?
There we go.
Competitive balance, please? Oh my god, he's actually
So now
doing
he's got
it.
like 20 seconds left on his Midas, and he Midas like probably 30 seconds ago.
Well, he was struggling with
So-
net worth, so he needed some kind of recovery tool.
This is sick. This is. I just want to watch this. Sit back and watch Mobe just abuse Hanamitis.
It would suck for him if he got caught here, though. Unfortunately, Puck does not yet have the Blink Dagger, so can't make that big forward jump to try and catch out this Dazzle. Weirdly enough, despite the fact that D2 Hustlers have generally been doing better in the laning phase, the first tower of the game still belongs to Ancient Tribe as they bring down the tier 1 in the Mixer lane, and now they're looking for a kill onto this Divine Llama Doom. Boundless Strike will hold him in position. The Doom will come out, but you take this any dude. They doom me and we get the kill. Oh my god, this feels so good.
Yeah, and now you can just twin gate back towards bottom here for Mixer. They can even bring multiple heroes because they can see Yuma in the lane. They're TPing there as well. Oh, this could be absolute shambles for D2 Hustlers.
No BKB to speak of on Yuma just yet. He's just actually getting soloed by the Visage almost, and he's gonna get killed off. With LeBron helping to provide support there. They didn't even need the twin gate. They just TP'd heads up into him. And they still managed to defend their towers both top and bottom. They lose mid, but you gain so many dubs on the side lanes, both cores dying on those sides of the map, that you'll take this trade any day of the week.
Oh, 100%, especially because, you know, your Alchemist was the one that got involved in that kill, and now they're going to look for more here as well. Tumbler Toy.
Tumbler's Toy gets forward. They get the stun out onto the Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage is dead. They will not have a Doom for Divine Llama. As they do drop down the Wukong's command, there's going to be the Shallow Grave tossed down by Mobe. Divine Llama in such trouble. He gets stunned up once more. They will be able to finish off both the Monkey King as well as the Alchemist here, thanks to Adzentic. And with the Yuma stunning up Mixer, they want more nice little familiar drops to ensure that he can keep himself alive. Mobe, though, might not be so lucky as Adzentic finds the silence, finds the damage with the Lucio, and there's no way for Mobe to keep himself alive. He dies here. Triple kill for Adzentic. They're gonna get the tower out of this. And D2 Hustlers strike back in a huge way on this map right now. Theoloco even stole some Visage Familiars for good measure.
Oh, damn. That's actually huge, him stealing Visage moves. I don't know how he gets all these ultis. He got bad juju just before as well, so it's kind of crazy.
Oh, God.
He's dead.
Ooh, he survived for a moment thanks to the raindrops, but he doesn't have enough of them.
Yeah, it's just, you can just see how important winning some of these fights are in the current meta. The fact that you turn that fight around, like it was looking pretty rough for D2 Hustlers, but they get the big kill onto Little Pleb. They transition that into another kill onto Mobe. They get another kill onto Mixer as well. And this is just going to be all out fighting, I think, for the next couple of minutes until this game does stabilize.
Yep. One of the funniest things for me about that fight, though, when Mobe showed up, despite having just gotten his Midas back off cooldown, was down to like 20 seconds cooldown. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. He did die with it off cooldown, though, which is a mega feels bad, especially if you're trying to abuse bad juju. It really puts his hero behind. And you can just see right now, he's 6.3k net worth, but he's just got Hand of Midas and Glimmer Cape. So what I thought he was going to do was, you know, you go like Hand of Midas, Treads, you go like Witchblade, or you even go like Dragonlance, and you just try and build in this right clicker, much like Xantic is going to right now.
That's insane. Going to get more gold into his coffers to build into that right-click build after they finish off Alex. No help incoming from the rest of Ancient Tribe. It's kind of intriguing that they found that kill because they are sitting underneath an Observer Ward as that move came up. But Alex, okay, no, he just planted it before he died. All right, okay, that's fine. That's chill. Didn't see it coming, but even in death, he's playing a proper support. Legend. Love to see it.
Yeah, he just really wants to get towards this Diffusal Blade, then they can play around some of their heroes. This is the one issue that I'm having with the Ancient Tribe draft, is the fact that they just don't have this like kind of second core to be like, okay, you know, someone's getting pressured, but you're getting a lot of farm. Mixer is starting to come back, but again, they're just going to go for this Auras build on both their other two cores to try and tank up the Alchemist, whereas you see here for D2 Hustlers, it's kind of just Xantic who's running around, right? Like, he's just running around with the two supports. They're getting a lot of kills, and this is why I really like this Puck pick. And then Yuma's just able to sit back. He's got two Ancient Camps that he gets to go through. Some of these Ancient Camps have been stacked up as well. There's hard camps all galore. And then even the same thing for the Vailama. He just eats some creeps in the bottom side. He catches a creep wave here and there. And he's almost at his BKB now, at 16 minutes in with a full Vanguard and Hand of Midas himself. So he's a big boy, but the three cores coming from D2 Hustlers are in a very, very good spot right now.
One of the cores, of course, is Agentic on his Puck. He's formed a very good gank duo with Hakoda. And they're going to try to utilize this duo yet again to get some targets on this bottom side of the map. Unfortunately for them, though, Mixer playing very close to the tier 1 tower. Feeling the first 3 deaths very keenly right now. So they're trying to make sure he stays as safe as humanly possible. So they won't find anything here. And regrettably, their heroes, we thought they pushed sucked in game 1. It's even worse in game 2. They have 0 presence on buildings. Alex, ooh. TP's out at the very last second there. He was pressuring the tower. Nice response from Hakoda. Instant Mystic Flare, not even thinking about it. But just not enough damage.
Yeah. And circling back to like your tower issue, to be fair, Ancient Tribe really don't have the best heroes at pushing out these waves either. Like, you know, Visage is doing a good job in this bottom side to try and keep this offlane tower up, so you still have like the Wisdom Room to play around with. It's almost a gank towards top there from Little Pleb. They almost caught out Yuma, who did just pick up his Bleak Dagger himself as well. But keeping these tier 1 towers up means that you just have that little bit of extra hold on the sides of the map. This is avenues for you to walk into, like the ancient side, the graveyard, I believe it is called, for the dire side. So it's not the worst, but there's a gank now.
The Vailama also walked under vision. They know where he's at. This was just before a ward expired. Mobe does end up losing his life whilst he's farming in the jungle, but it's not going to matter as they bring down Vailama on the other side. Also, one of the reasons he died, he was busy spamming out bad juju before he went out, trying to abuse it. I'm glad he got punished for that one. I don't want to see this in my pubs. Bliss, kill him more often, D2 Hustlers. Make sure that he regrets the day he went for this cheese.
Yeah, it is very interesting, especially because he's kind of just going for support items. Like, he's going to get 8th Lens, 4 Staff, Hand of Midas. I feel like this would be a little better as like an offlane hero if you want to try and go for this kind of build. I feel like if you're a mid hero, you kind of want to go for like early shard into a lot of this control.
And you did mention Dagon. I feel like that could have also been very good this game. Low pleb. He's thinking about jumping onto somebody here. They should know now that there's an observer ward, as he did throw on the high ground, and it does get pinged out immediately. Hakoda's like, let's get the hell out, boys. They can see us. We need to run. But they can also see low pleb, so they might decide to re-engage atop him. Chemical Rage is about to finish. If they can catch him right now, Fluke, this would be the best thing ever. And they catch him just as it goes down, but they can't get the full grab onto him. The silence elapses. He can throw in an unstable concoction, and Mobe comes in just in time with a shallow grave. They turn their attention back to Adzintik and kill him.
Yuma.
But Yuma, he's made his presence known in this fight. BKB got strength. He wants to bring down some heroes. He's already brought down 2, looking for a 3rd now. Unstable concoction stolen away from the Alchemist and sent right back towards Alex. That enables D2 Hustlers to make this yet another 3-for-1 affair. This keeps happening in this game, and every time it does, Yuma's there to clean up. Must be feeling really good on the Sven right now.
Yeah, Yuma just seems to be in the right place at the right time, right? Like, he really understands when he's strong, when he's scary, when he can come into these fights. And Ancient Tribe, they didn't have Mixer there. Like, maybe if they had the Solar Crest and the Pipe, they were able to keep the Alchemist alive a little bit longer. They can kite away from the Sven so he doesn't get a multi-hero Stormhammer is the scary part. So definitely is some issues right now for Ancient Tribe not being able to have all 5 of their heroes in the right place at the right time. But D2 Hustlers are just doing a really, really good job at just, punishing this Alchemist. And this is where it's really going to start to get rough for Ancient Tribe. They don't have the other cores on their side of the map that will scale in regards to what D2 Hustlers are going to be able to scale with, so they're going to slow this out to fall behind if they don't win any of these team fights. And especially when we're seeing, the Tormentor being taken now for the side of D2 Hustlers, they're going to get a shard on probably the Sky to get the RNG.
Oh,
Rubik, actually. Okay,
even
so
better. Nice.
I mean, even better, Like, you're definitely happy with that. So the way this is working, it's going to be fight now.
They want the Vile Armor. He does have BKB, so we'll be able to trigger it off. They can't get the familiar stone drops as the full combination here. They find the Boundless Strike stun out onto the Sven, but that's not the hero you want to engage upon. When both of the strength cores have BKB, the mid hero is a Puck. Your initiation has to be pitch perfect. And we spoke about this in the draft. There's sort of overall lack of jump, that they have to get everything 100% frame perfect. Otherwise, they just do not have the disable to bring these heroes down.
Yeah, true. Something I really didn't talk about is the Puck is basically free this game. He's going to always be able to phase shift away from the unstable concoction. That was a nice little mage dodge there from Little Pleb.
Yep.
I respect that.
Even better, little tree cut onto Alex. He's so dead. Bye-bye. Peace out, mates. How did they know? How did they get that vision?
Maybe they saw him jump from tree to tree.
Big plays.
I don't know.
I think they actually just made the hard read because they saw him jump one direction. Illusion Orb clocked them slightly. And then when he went back and was just holding position, that felt like a hard read. I think the other core's just on it. He knows what's up, man. He's feeling it today.
Yeah, he's big brain. He really wants to make sure that these guys are going towards Division 1. And this game number 2 is definitely looking like they are in the driver's seat, especially with the Roche being up now as well. Ancient Tribe want to fight this.
Yeah, they do. They're bringing heroes down.
I don't know if they can.
They have BKB back now for the Doom. It's the Roshan has 2,000 HP left. It's going down. The heroes are coming in from Ancient Tribe.
No God Strength.
Reveals himself, and God Strength is down. Oh, Boundless Strike catches to Divine Llama and Theoloco. They've already managed to get out this Wukong's command, but nobody's dead just yet. Stun out onto Hakoda. Nice Manta dodge to make sure the Stormhammer doesn't connect. Low Pleb on it with the Sidearm. Both supports are dead. Divine Llama forced to BKB TP out. And Ancient Tribe, they're like, thanks for doing all the work for us, bozos. It's an easy Roshan for us.
Ooh. Man, my caster's curse is strong today, man. There's something about it. I was like, yeah, they're in the driver's seat. They're going to get a free Roshan. They didn't feel confident in finishing it because Yuma's God Strength was starting to wear out. They just didn't have the damage. And this is something we talked about with the fact that Roche has become stronger in this last patch. He's a lot harder to take down. Like, in the previous patch, that was free. That was straight free for D2 Hustlers. They pop God Strength. The Sven's able to sit there and whack away at it and get rid of him. But the way that this Roche changes now, it's too hard to get it done if you don't have any of this like armor mitigation, any of these heroes that just kind of obliterate Roshan. So D2 Hustlers, they get punished there. So it's a little bit more of a farming Aegis, I would see here for Ancient Tribe. There definitely is fights that Hustlers can take. especially with the towers they have open. But
Also, what's really funny
better.
for me, of all the buffs they could have given Roche, as we see them trying to bring down Mobe in this mid lane, will he die? He should. Mystic Flare takes him down, so Moonlight Shadow cannot protect you, my friend. But of all the buffs that Roche receives, had they given buff to, like him just more raw HP, would have been something else, you know. But giving him HP per second, per minute, sorry, with the increase, as well as the armor, probably the worst case scenario when you're playing with carry Sven. Well, they don't have the Aegis, but they can still find pickoffs. They're still overall the stronger team on the map. And all the net worth on the side of Ancient Tribe is sitting on this Alchemist. He's 19k net worth. The next one chasing is Dazzle on 10. So Lil Player needs all the tools to be able to make this game work, but so far they're trying to give it to him. He has the heart yet again. Where do you want to see him proceed from this point out here, itemization-wise on Lil Pleb?
I think you have to go AC.
Throws in the concoction. Okay. Stolen concoction from the Rubik. He's trying to get away, but Lil Player will certainly chase him. 1 second until he can stun again. Is he thinking about it? Okay, I'm going to go the opposite direction.
Yeah, I really think that you have to go AC this time around. You really need to mitigate the physical damage that the Sven can do to your teammates if they're able to survive from his initial burst. Like, he's definitely a BKB God Strength ride or die. Like, if he doesn't have those items, then he's just going to get kited and killed in these fights. So as long as you can just mitigate that kind of jump for you, I think that's the best way to go. But he's going to go for a Lincoln Sphere, so he can't get doomed, which is pretty nice. Mobe's going to have a Lincoln's pretty soon too as well. They found Yuma. Oh no.
Oh god, this is a big pickup. He does have BKB though. And yet again, the lack of chain disable hurts them. Funnily enough, LeBron had already sent a searching arrow through the trees, so it wasn't available to connect onto Yuma. But they smoke up right now. They actually haven't expended all that much. The Wukong's command, not that big a deal for them in terms of damage output in the midst of these fights. It's more about keeping the Monkey King alive. So if they could find somebody on the retreat, it would have been really nice, but everybody's gone. Nobody wants any of the smoke. And the Ancient Tribe, if they can get to these double Lincoln Spheres, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen an impactful Doom come out of Divine Llama. I feel like his presence in the fight has not been related to the crucial spell, his namesake. And if he can't Doom anybody, I mean, who can he Doom then? If there's two Lincolns out on the Dazzle and the Alchemist, you're never going to want to, Doom Visage? That doesn't feel great. That doesn't feel amazing.
They do have good ways of popping the Lincolns. They've got, Rubik's got 3 spells to do it. Sky Mage has 2 spells to do it. So it's not the end of the world for them. I think it just means that they can react to the Doom is a big thing.
Down bottom. Dialoko tried his best. He really did try his best. Had the stolen concoction, threw it back. But max stun versus the literal lowest duration stun. And speaking of max stun, they want to use it again. Oh, dude, Lil Pleb on point with utilizing his own body as a form of disable. He jumps forward. Hakoda, though, might just get the counter kill. But sadly, he only gets it beyond the grave, so not going to get access to the experience. Still, though, very nice to make sure they're playing 4v5. Now they jump Mixer. Mixer, though, he gets pushed away, and Yuma, he might be in danger. Still with the God Strength. Wants to fly in Mixer, but Mixer goes into his own stone drop. Will be able to stay alive here. Let's see what else happens in this fight. Divine Llama has made his presence known. Doesn't get off the BKB. He's been chain disabled. That's going to get him killed. Oh, no. Fluke, what just happened? Ancient Tribe, I feel like they're suddenly a lot stronger in these small skirmishes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what Yuma was doing there. He could have just walked through the crit wave and been safe and not fought there. Adzentic was not coming anywhere near towards bottom. Divine Llama, I think he got himself stuck in the trees. That's probably why he felt like he had to go. And they wanted to defend this tier 2 tower, but that was D2 Hustlers not on the... That was... They'd already lost their support. They already lost their support before that. And then they decided to go in with their carry Sven with, popping God Strength and BKB. Yeah, I don't know. That was, I don't know, question mark, I guess. Also, watch what Mobe is doing right now with a regen rune. 2.5k on the bad juju. Getting his Midas back up.
This is free, basically.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Giga Chad.
Coming to pubs near me. Great. Wonderful. I'm excited, man.
He's going to have Lincoln's very, very soon as well. He's about 600 gold away from that, so he's starting to transition. I haven't really felt the power of the Dazzle. I think this is all on the Alchemist. from this game. I think Alk is really starting to take over this game. There was a little bit of a brain fart, I think, from D2 Hustlers in that previous fight. So I think once this game starts to slow down once again with an Aegis, next Roche is going to be super important for both these two teams. Fen really wants to have an Aegis. He's not the greatest of Aegis carriers because you want to pop gold strength, right? But I still think you need to be able to try and deal as much damage as you can in the first fight, and then maybe it might mean that your Puck's able to finish off some of the low heroes, and you can soak up some of these spells. They want to fight. They haven't doomed in a while.
Do indeed want to fight. Oh no, the stun onto Adzentic. Woo! Gets off a very last second phase shift. Very fast hands on the Puck. This is why you give these kind of players these heroes.
He's in the
make sure they can play very quickly. Can they even stun him? The stone drop will be dodged by the blink dagger. So he's fine. He's chilled. Does force a couple of spells out of the ancient tribe. They dropped down the Wukongs for that one. And they did trigger the chemical rage on the alchemist. Nonetheless, though, that was D2 Hustlers trying to make a searching kill. They could try again, though. They coming for the smoke. No more Dream Coil, but they still have access to Blink Stormhammer into Mystic Flare. They still have access to the Blink Doom. Doom wants to find a fight soon, though, because his Midas is off cooldown. Feels bad when you're smoked up and this item is ready to be used. Can they turn this around, though? Visage nearby in the fight, has the pipe, has the Solar Crest, sitting with the gem as well, so they can't necessarily come up the hill and think they can get away with this. They jump now with Yuma onto LeBron. They find the full combo, but Mobe saves his life. What are they going to Doom, though? No Doom target just yet. They go back in on the fight. BKB popped by the Doombringer, and they found a stun that connects only onto Hakoda with the Boundless Strike. They finish off the Skywrath Mage first. They've gotten a double kill with both supports being dead. Divine Llama's lost his BKB, so he's dead next. This was them going in on the side of D2 Hustlers, but they just couldn't find a target here, Fluke. And the target they found, they kept them alive for so long with Mobe. And there's just so many Lincoln Spheres available and or a Visage. We spoke about it. Who the hell do you doom? And he had to make that option. Do I doom nobody? Do I doom Visage? Dooming Visage is just as good as dooming nobody. So let me hold on to it, but that probably means my life.
Yeah, it is a very hard game to play Doom this time around. And I think Ancient Tribe drafted themselves into a good spot where I said at the start of this game where it's like it feels like if Divine Llama's having a good game, then D2 Hustlers are having a good game. He's not having a good series right now. The first game was hard for him to RP, and now it's hard for him to Doom. And when you're playing these offlaners that rely on their big ultimates to be scary, then it's hard for you to play the game properly. And it's just getting to the point now where the Doombringer just really isn't able to be a strong hero in these fights because they just kite him around. They can just kill Theolacor, they can kill the Sky Mage, you know, they just kite around Yuma, and it's just hard for them to get into these kills. And once again, this Alchemist hero is hard to deal with. He's very, very hard to deal with. They don't have like Spirit Vessel builders. They don't have like any of this massive burst damage to get rid of him. He hasn't even built a BKB, man. Like that's the scary thing. You play it to like a Sky Mage and a Doom, and he doesn't even build a BKB. And he just is able to just soak up so much of this damage with this pure HP build. And maybe I'm, you know, maybe this is me just being dumb, but, you know, he doesn't even need to go like this tanky armor build against the Sven because he just builds raw HP. And the fact that he's a strength hero means that he builds raw HP. It also means that he builds raw damage. And now he has 4.2k HP.
Nice.
And hits for almost 300. Like,
nice.
It's kind of crazy.
I think he's been relying a lot on the pipe on the Visage as well as the heals from Mobe. So far, so good. They're going to try force a fight here. So going with the Moonlight Shadow. They're hiding in the trees, but they can be scouted in the trees thanks to Alex. He might have been seen jumping around though, and they was scouted indeed. As they get back with these heroes, Lil Pleb stuns himself, and Divine Llama though, he's already gotten himself out. He was the first one to TP, so they might have left behind some very needed allies. It's Adzentic. Can he get himself out of here? Blink, muted a bit. Can he find a way out? No, he cannot. Lil Pleb. Yet again, very happy to use the self-stun as a way to get the jump onto Adzentic. He's allowed to get the kill. They go straight into the Roshan pit. And D2 Hustlers. This game, it was starting to look good for them for a moment, but everything has just turned on its head. This Alchemist has gotten way too strong. And now this Roshan. An Aegis and a Cheese in favor of this lineup. I don't even think the Alchemist needs an Aegis the way things have been going so far.
I mean, you just put Aegis on Mixer, right? And just say, hey, there you go. You know, if you're the one that's going to eventually get doomed, then keep you alive for a little bit longer. The cheese can just go into the hands of like Mobe, or even if you want to try and put it in the hands of like Alex or something like that, I wouldn't be too afraid. But they're just going to give the Alchemist the Aegis. They know that it's going to be hard for them to kill him once, let alone twice.
Oh, top lane. I think Divine Llama's... Oh, he's actually dead, dude. He's actually dead. He's actually dead. He needs to
now he has
TP?
the TP bit.
Ooh, okay, that's TP now.
Won't matter.
Okay, thank God the Dialloco's here. The Dialloco's here with the lift back as well as the 4-star, but he might still die if I'm honest, dude. 4-star's going to connect onto him. There's going to be the Shallow Grave onto Alex so he can play as aggressively as you want. We'll have Boundless Strike shortly, but definitely will not need it as Lil Pleb shows up for the cleanup. The lack of having blinked, it was on cooldown, the TP. If it wasn't on cooldown, Divine Llama lives. If it, because it was, Divine Llama dies.
And that's, again, just another nail in the coffin. This game is starting to really start to pull away from D2 Hustlers. I think that one Roche fight was where I think it really started to pull away from D2 Hustlers. They just didn't have the damage to take Roche, then they got forced out of it. They lost a hero, they lost Roche, and then they had that kind of brain fart in the bottom side of the map where they lost Yuma. And then this game has just constantly just been fight after fight where they're losing their lives.
Down bottom, they might end up losing a few more lives here. The Dialloco's in the trees at the Stolen Tree Dance, scouting out some of these heroes. And Alex cannot find Adzentic as he TPs out. That's actually a really dangerous TP because you can still get Boundless Struck despite having access to the Lincoln Sphere. But they don't find anybody. Dialloco still somehow able to steal very impactful spells no matter what. Helping to provide his team some vision, get some all alive. But Alex, did he just... Okay, he didn't. I thought he stole a wisdom room from the top lane. I was going to be like, wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of experience those wisdom rooms give, man. Like, it's crazy. Especially when you get to points in the game like this where you're like... It's kind of like half a level for some of these heroes. Oh! I was just watching them take the Tormentor top and Adzentic nearly died. If he died to a Tormentor, dude, mental is just gone at that point. It is like, I'm done, dude. Get me out. They found the Dialloco.
They did indeed find the Dialloco. The question is, can they catch the Dialloco? Oh no, the Dialloco, he wasn't watching the last game, Fluke. He didn't see the new tech, the new areas to move in.
Yep, the trees.
Oh wait, I don't see any of these trees though. They removed them. Oh, based. Based and sincere. Oh, lovely.
I didn't even notice until I just saw they removed the trees on the outside of the map.
For all of you who don't know...
Was Icefrog watching our games?
I hope so. For all of you who don't know, outside of the bounds of the map, on the very top, you were able to use the Monkey King Tree Dance to literally be off the map. You were literally untargetable. It was not great to watch. But shout out to Icefrog for watching our games, seeing what's up, clocked the issue, changed it up. We'll love to see it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't just notice, so... Alright, well, we can't do that anymore. I'm glad it only lived for like a day or two.
Yeah.
Harpoon is up now for Yuma as well, so they can still try and fight.
I'm gonna go on to Lil Pleb here. He's the one that took up the Aegis. He sends the stun back onto Yuma. There's damage coming into him now. They want to take this first life, but this is taking quite a while.
Literally nobody from Ancient comes around.
They're gonna try and defend this. They miss on the Boundless Strike. Lil Pleb able to blink away. Alex? Might be a bit too far forward, my friend. There's going to be the stun. The damage is coming in, but they have the Shallow Grave to buy him some additional time. 4-star up to the low ground and some heals as well. They get the Dream Quill out onto 3, though. Stun up onto Mobe. LeBron forced to pop his Aeon Disc in the midst of this fight. Can they turn here? Nice little hex onto the Doom, and they almost killed LeBron. He's kept alive by one more usage of the Shadow Wave and the Shallow Grave. And that's it. He lives. He doesn't die. Nobody gets doomed. It's only somehow them losing the Monkey King and the Aegis. But Lil Pleb very far away from his team in that instance.
Yeah, he was on an island. He was way too far away from his team. So gets punished. They do lose the Aegis. But I mean, they are showing that still, even if Little Pleb is so far away, it gets to the point where God's strength goes away and the team fight gets really, really hard for them. So I don't know. D2 Hustlers, they're going to have to try and find a way to get this Doom into the game, because I don't think I've seen him pop a Doom since, like, I don't know, the 15-minute mark or something like that. He just doesn't have any good targets to throw the Doom out onto.
It does get a bit better once he gets the Aghanim Scepter, which he's building into. At the same time, You see Lil Pleb going back for the moonshot that he did in game 1. A bit later than he did it, got it the first time around. But there'll still be an obscene amount of attack speed. In tandem, maybe the idea is that this makes corrosive weaponry really, really good. Even without having to pop the chemical rage. So you have more uptime on this without the ultimate.
Yeah,
But he's changing his mind. He's going for Aghanims right now. Gonna try and hand them all out. And the thing about this is that I think, let's see.
Visage?
Surely you give it to Visage. Well, maybe not, actually. I think you might give it to Dazzle.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either Visage or Dazzle are the two that you're thinking about here for Little Pleb. It really makes them a lot stronger. You'll be able to share the wealth. He has the first one coming out now. Who does he give it to?
Let's see. Give it to Visage. All right. Silence is a Grave is still a very good spell. Let's see what they're going to be able to accomplish off the back of this. They jump forward. Oh, okay. It's going to be LeBron that gets himself brought very low. Aeon just does pop, but they still shallow grave him. Wukong's command dropped down by the Monkey King. Still, nobody doomed up. And Divine Llama's losing a lot of his mana here. You get the doom out onto the Marana only, but that's not a very viable target. Didn't even see the tooltip, and it didn't even seem to bother them. They're already turning with the Marana. She's involved in the fight. And that's a big Doom used. Fortunately, he does have Octarine Core, so this will be back in a jiffy. Between the Octarine Core and Quickening Charm, Doom's back up in 45 seconds.
Yeah, but you can just see how little it does, right? Like, he got Doom for the whole duration, pops his Aeon Disc, and he goes, okay. And then Dazzle's able to keep him alive, able to burst heal him with the Shadow Wave. So it's a hard day to be a Doom this time around. So, I mean, T2 Hustlers, they need to try and find a fight where Yuma gets uninterrupted time to use God Strength. That's the one issue in these last couple of team fights is he's been completely shut out of a fight. He's either had to pop BKB at a bad spot or not really been able to have the time to get the hits in with the God Strength. So T2 Hustlers, they really need a good fight here for Yuma. He can carry pretty hard on this Sven, but he just needs to make sure he's not being turbo-kited.
The kiting potential has been pretty good right now at Zintic. He needs a lot to do in this game. Has a gem, the overwhelming blink, the Sound and Kaya, the Linkens. Hard to kill, but finding it very difficult to kill as well. An Ancient Tribe, they're very comfortable with this kind of game state, where it's only really, if it comes down to like it being carry versus hard carry, because they know they're like, listen, Dazzle's going to heal up all the damage from the magic damage with the Skywrath Mage, the Puck, and the Doom. And they have to pump through a Pipe of Insight anyway for that damage to be meaningful. We just have to keep Lil Pleb alive. And so far, so good on that front. Also, I do want to see him doing more of this Aghanim's Granting. It'll make him so strong. Wait, how much attack speed do you get from the Moonshot? It's 200, right? Or 250? 140 that you get.
Yeah, 140. It's basically like 2 Hyperstones plus a little bit.
So if he gives the rest of the team Aghanim shots, he gets 100, and he manages to get some spell amp. I think that might actually, it's just way too expensive. But in the long run, he'll have Moonshot and he'll have all these Ags given out as well, if this game goes long enough, which sounds very, very scary.
Yeah, so once he gets his second out, he'll have 50 extra damage, and then they're going to have an AC soon on Mixer. And then if he has a Moonshot on top of that, like, yeah, he's going to hit pretty hard. And he's going to be very, very scary to deal with. So, instead to see whether or not they feel like the Ags on any of these other heroes are worth it. Like the Monkey King one, kind of stinky because he's a support. The Dazzle one could be pretty cool. But then you are using the Shadow Wave offensively instead of defensively. I guess if you're in these tight kind of fights, it can still work out for you. And the Marana one just gives you a little bit of extra damage on Sacred Arrow, so it's probably not, maybe not the best use of your gold.
You say that, but if you target your Shadow Wave in the right way next to enemies, you get more heal, Fluke. It's even better.
Very true.
Do the right thing, Mobe. Show us this new tech.
I do really hope that he does get Ags this game. I think it would be cool to watch, but I think Little Plebs is going to want to get himself his Moonshot first, and then maybe I think from here on out, you just go straight Agsceptors after this Moonshot, right? Because you're going to eat the Moonshot, and then you go Ags time.
Alex He's gonna break a smoke, give up his own life for the cause. LeBron's gonna join him in the pit of death. Unfortunately, there's the harpoon to make sure that you really aren't getting out of this one, my friend. Oh, wait, I say that, but he's leaping away. Nah, it's too much. Lil Pleb, though, coming in, thinking about trying to grab some revenge as they buy back on the kitty. She ports into the outpost as well. They might reconsider this once the concoction is available. 2 seconds until it's up. But somebody on the team is making the call. Let cooler heads prevail. We can take the next fight, boys. This one is not strictly speaking necessary.
So they have to play into Doom as well, so they have to be very, very careful here for Ancient Tribe. Jack does get caught out. You know, you can always blink War Stomp, pop the Lincolns, get the Doom off, and then he really doesn't do much in these fights.
How many Lotus heals do they have, the healing Lotuses, on the Dire side? They have 3,
one.
right?
They have a great healing Lotus.
Woo.
That's it.
Okada is so dead. So dead. With him gone, the rest of D2 Hustlers need to beat a hasty retreat because they could get themselves beaten the hell up here. Arrow doesn't connect, and they get the Doom out onto this Alchemist. He did get off the Chemical Rage prior to this, though, and he needs just more heals. He doesn't have a secondary life. There's going to be Shallow Grave yet again. They're just keeping him up here, and now he's going to turn, try to get some damage out onto Yuma. Will he be kept alive once more? No way! Mobe with the bad Juju heals, managing to keep this fight extended for so long. Eventually the Alk does die, but man, the resource committal on the side of D2 Hustlers is immense, as they've now just lost the Vile Armor atop already losing Yuma. And they just brought back on the Alchemist. Oh no, they found Adzentic, the Hex on Mixer. He's not dead just yet though, has one more roll of the dice. But Lil Plub says, you're not rolling nothing, my friend. I brought back to make sure that you die. And that's all 3 cores removed. There was a buyback from the Skywrath Mage, I think, or did he just respawn? Okay, he just respawned. The fight just took that long to end.
Yeah, dude, the amount of time that they had to spend to kill Little Pleb, Mobe played insane. Just with the amount of bad Jujus that he was able to pump out, keep the Shallow Grave almost permanently on Little Pleb the entire time. He had to sacrifice his entire HP pool to do it, but the way that he played the edges of the fight, making sure they didn't just get popped, meant that they're able to keep Little Pleb alive. They're able to get themselves the extra couple of seconds for him to continue doing that damage, and then by the end of it, Yuma had no BKB, Yuma had no damage with the God Strength, and they just ended it exactly how they started it, by keeping the Alchemist alive. They get the respawn, they buy back, they get themselves an Aegis now, and yeah, this is very, very scary because look how big Mobe is now. He's at 31k net worth as well.
This Midas cheese that he's been doing has been working out in the long run. Another lovely thing about that fight is not only the Shallow Graves going out onto Low Pleb with the heals, but bear in mind that that meant that bad Juju was applying onto these targets, so less and less armor available.
True.
So that's probably why Mixer felt like he was doing so much damage on this Visage in that fight. They end up with the dub. D2 Hustlers, even when they can kill the Alchemist Fluke, it costs them everything and they have to pay in blood. 4 heroes die, and they still get an Aegis on the Alchemist somehow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that it was able to. They got the down on the Alchemist, just went able to convert the kill onto the as you know, probably might be seeing a little bit more from Ancient Tribe is this kind of everybody keep the Alchemist alive kind of strat, and they've done a good job of being able to do with it, because it is hard to kill the Alchemist by himself, and now you've got this Dazzle who's just this insane hero to be able to just keep him alive and stay behind him as well. So got the Octarine core available, so cooldowns are even shorter. Going to go in for a Hex now as well, so if these bad Jujus keep stacking up once again, probably going to be seeing multiple Shallow Graves and also multiple Hexes in a fight as well, which is going to be scary.
I think also in retrospect, in that last fight, probably not a great idea to fight without Hakoda. Him being the first one burst, you might think, well, you know, are we just losing out on Mystic Flare? We are losing out on Ancient Seal. If they could have one additional silence onto Mobe whilst he's going into bad Jujus in between Lincoln's procs, that way you maybe get the kill onto Mobe. You actually probably get them both, right? Because Mobe is on super low HP throughout the whole fight. But it was 4v5. This time, you know, they get an easier target.
Ooh.
Quickly flying LeBron, and there used to be a LeBron there, but Lil Pleb comes in, and they did throw the Doom out onto him. Divine Llama really wanted that kill, but now he has nothing left to fight against Lil Pleb. They're going on to mix on the edge of the fight, but inside the Wukongs, they're zoning back the whole team, with Alex and Lil Pleb standing strong. Unfortunately, Yuma is now all isolated. He wasn't able to kill off Mixer, as Mobe just bought way too much space and time, and now they get the Hex out onto Theological. Mixer's like, you come on me? You think I'm the target? No, no, no. I'm the bait, my friends. Bad idea. They lose the fight. And that's Yuma dead for the third time this game. And Sven, not one of these heroes that enjoys playing the game from behind. And now he's the lowest net worth core in the entire game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it kind of shows you the state of the game when you have to blink and doom a position 5 hero to try and win a fight. And means now that Little Pleb as well as Mobe are able to just kind of play the game how they want to. And now we're looking at tier 3s. They will have buyback onto Yuma as well, but without the God Strength, you definitely do not want to use it.
Let's go. Tier 3 tower already taken. They're looking to bring down the melee racks as well. They'll do so in very fast fashion. Man, this attack speed when the AC is close. My God. This is insane amounts of attack speed from the Low Pleb Alchemist. He gets jumped on right now. They pop the Lincoln Sphere. They have the access to the Doom, but well, do they? Because Doom might actually die here. They're force-offing him away with all their might, and they do manage to keep him alive. Low Pleb, unable to keep the chase going, but a warning shot being thrown towards the Vile Armor. But without the Sven for another 15 seconds at this point, you might as well just go in for the full push. Grab multiple lanes of racks on your way out.
Yeah, 2 lanes now as well. They do get the respawn onto their Sven, but 2 lanes of racks down means that there is not much control left for you. There's a Tormentor up as well. So is there any shards that are left for anybody here? Not quite sure. It doesn't look like there is any shards that are left. Yeah, there's
Monkey
one left on Alex. So there still is a shard available for Alex to be able to pick up. They can go back, they can get the Tormentor, they can get their Wisdom Rune, they can start to clear out these waves once again and just force D2 Hustlers to fight into them. And you can see that's exactly what D2 Hustlers understand that they need to do. They need to try and get a pick off now while there is a retreat happening from Ancient Tribe as they go back, get some items and try and play their game.
Ooh, look at this, man.
Galore on all their heroes too.
Yep. Everyone except for the Rubik, the Morana, and the Alchemist have access to buyback. And it's only this Rubik that's shy on the gold. Everybody else is just a timing-based situation. They also bought a very intriguing item here. They went for the Revenant's Brooch on the puck. You don't get to see this item all that much, but they are definitely... They need multiple sources of having True Strike. Yuma already has the Bloodthorn available, but now that they have the Revenant's Brooch, they have that as well. Alright, I'm fine with this. It's okay.
Yeah, right-click puck is definitely what we're going to be seeing a whole boatload more of. No, not so much about, you know, clicking the spells, but it's much more, you know, with the shard and with your Ag Scepter as well. So you're able to utilize that if you get one off Roshan. But the way that this game has been going for Adzantic, he's had to do a whole lot of heavy lifting in these fights and just getting to the point now where he has to deal with an Alchemist that he can't really shred through. He really can't shred through Alex either. He's got 3.3k HP, 3000 HP on the Visage. But he's got Gravekeepers close, and there's a 3.2k HP Dazzle in the background, the Shallow Gravy people and stuff. The one person that they could potentially kill is going to be LeBron, but he has the Aeon Disc that they don't have good ways of dealing with. So they're going to have to blow a lot to kill a position 5. And then it's like, what do you really have left to kill these other heroes? And that's why he's trying to go for this right-click build, so he has a little bit more consistent damage.
Dude, look at this Dazzle. With the build that he's gone for now, he's sitting on 64% magic resist. Nice. Feels good. Yeah, and obviously, he's not the... Like, catching him first in the fight is just not going to happen. Like, you're just not going to be that lucky. So, even if it does happen, though, now he's so much more survivable than he would be otherwise. This is a scary place to be. And Yuma, unfortunately for him, is running out of slots on this Sven. Doesn't have infinite scaling either, with, like, through stats and the like. He can't even do the Alchemist trick of feeding his team Aghanims to get some stat buffs. So he will cap out fairly shortly. Just has space for like what? Maybe needs a... you get the Moon Shard. You get Aghanim Shard. And then you 7th item the Refresher. But that's it. Then you're done with scaling. But Ancient Tribe, they also sort of feel kind of maxed out on some of these heroes. So they can't keep playing this game infinitely either. And they're going to smoke up down bottom. You no longer have the Aegis as it did expire. Not going to be around for quite a while, but we'll see when the big man comes back. Slated to potentially return within 25 seconds. I think they're just happy to get down some vision. Alright, we've got everybody downstairs. Boundless Strike actually doesn't connect onto anybody, but they still are able to burst down Hakoda. Will they catch anybody else? Low Pleb stuns himself, and they see where Adzentic went. He's trying to TP out. Woo! Gotta love bots too, the very fast TP. If that was normal bots and he was going to like a tower, he's dead for sure. But he does manage to escape. They only lose Hakoda. This does mean that they lose positioning on the Roshan pit, but fortunately for D2 Hustlers, it is a pretty much max respawn, so they have some time to try and mount a comeback.
Yeah, 100%. They've still got good ways of trying to deal with it. Now, this is where it starts getting spicy. We finally have the Aghanim Scepter up here on the Vailama, so he can actually get in and doom people. So he can blink, pop the doom on himself, he can war stomp onto the Alchemist before he pops his Chemical Rage, and then they have enough burst damage to kill him.
No, not if he dies, Fluke! They stun him up. Okay, they do realize that this is not enough with just Lil Pleb and Mobe here. But still though, that's just unlucky. He got stunned, he wasn't even the priority target, man. Like, the Lincolns got blocked by Adzentic, or like blocked the Unstable Concoction. He still gets stunned on Devi. And they're going back in. Low Pleb. They want Theoloco. Theoloco. Ah, well, you just bought yourself a very shiny new Lincoln Sphere. Won't protect you from this fight, my friend. And they just go through the Twin Gate. They're on the pursuit. Low Pleb. He's not letting this one go. Devi Lama doesn't have BKB anymore. And this time he doesn't have a way to protect himself. He's inside the Wukongs. He's getting stunned up. He's getting beaten the hell down. And he doesn't have buyback. He bought out for the Yags. Oh no.
Series of unfortunate events here for D2 Hustler fans. They tried to get something going there. They tried to get a little bit of extra farm on the map, but they got punished pretty hard there from Ancient Tribe. And he is a decent ways away to be able to pick it up. So only 300 gold. So it's not too far away for him to be able to get the buyback. But if they lose Yuma, I was going to say if they lose Yuma, this game could get really, really scary. But it's the final later racks. They're going to be playing against Mega Creeps here, Snare. This is, D2 Hustlers really wanted to come into this series and push us to a Game 3 to be able to fight for their promotion into Division 1. Oh, if they catch Adzentic here, I think you just call it.
Alright, let's see if he can get out of this one. Adzentic has been hexed up. He does manage to get very far away. Can they catch him? No, they can't. Woo! Overwhelming blink plus some right click would definitely have killed him. But he does manage to escape back into the base. It is Megas that they're playing against. And only now does Devi Lama's buyback come back. In a way, honestly, I think it's worse when your buyback is close. At least if it's far away, you're like, alright boys, I can't come back. But if it's that close, you're like, man, if we only had like one bounty rune, maybe, then I have the money. We'll see what they can do here. Low Pleb, almost always nowadays, feels like he has Unstable Concoction channeling. They don't find anybody stand up. And unfortunately for D2 Hustlers, although they were bought time by the late Roshan respawn, with them having Mega Crypts on Ancient Tribe, they have ample time and opportunity to just go straight into the pit, say what's up to the big man, get themselves a refresher shot for their troubles. D2 Hustlers have to know that this is it. That this is, that they can't fight into an Aegis. They're trying to smoke and take the Twin Gate and try and stop this, but I don't know if they'll be here in time, Fluke. This can go by fairly quickly, but no Ancient Trap. Look at they're setting a trap. They're setting a trap. They're waiting for the fight.
Oh, yeah. They can sit here on the Twin Gate. They did have the illusory orb going through here. It looks like they're not going to go too deep into the source just yet. They take Roche is on the other side of the map, buddy. It's nighttime.
They even moonlight for this one. And here they come. They're thinking about it. Hakoda really thinking about it. He doesn't have buyback either. Looks like they're going to let it go. They don't know what's waiting for them on the other side. They have no idea how Ancient Tribe are set up. So they deem it too risky. They will save their buybacks for the inevitable defense here, Fluke. As Roche goes down, he delivers an Aegis to the Alchemist, a refresher shot to LeBron, and that is another cheese that they have right now. So 2 cheeses for LeBron. The other one is sitting comfortably on this Monkey King. So you're not killing these supports. That's just not going to happen in this game.
Yeah, he ate one of them, so he was just like, I
Did
don't
he eat
know.
the one? Okay, I see.
Could have just sold
Lol.
it, bro. It's 500 gold.
Yeah, it's 500 gold. It's good money.
Also, nobody's been able to get close to the block of cheese just yet, so it's a little sad for me. People thought I was trolling when I talked about the block of cheese.
Oh,
Yuma.
shit.
Oh no!
Oh no, Yuma. He needs help. He needs it now. He does have buyback, but doesn't want to have to use it. He's being chased by low play. The invis.
Oh, he doesn't have the Radiance
Oh my
burn.
god. Silver Edge at the very last second keeps him up. And of course, the Radiance is backpacked by low play, so they can't get that AoE damage. It saves Yuma's life by the skin of his teeth. Let's see what he can do once he comes back in the fray, though. They just want to end out this game. They've already got the mega creeps, though. So it's about tier 4s and the ancients. Divine Armor has eaten the eggs, so he does have the AoE Doom ready to go if needed. But they want a better target, or at least want heroes to be in a killable position. Alchemist, worst hero to go on with the Aegis. In fact, it feels like everybody's a terrible target except for Mobe, because if Mobe is alive, you just have that constant sustain from the back end. Frustrating place to be here, Fluke. What can they do as D2 Hustlers from this position?
Oh, they need to try and maybe catch Mobe and deal with Little Pleb, but it's going to be hard.
They jump low pleb. They have the Mystic Flare out onto him. That's only half of his HP pool, though. And he's starting to get healed up right now. Puck also went forward, trying to get these heroes low. But already we have Alchemist north of 70% HP, about to crack 80, so he should be fine. Yuma, though, did have to pop the God Strength for that one. And that will elapse. So once that is down, that's a huge helping of damage. Most of it, in fact, just taken away from the D2 Hustlers. Ancient Tribe. They go in with the young Moonlight Shadow. They can get scouted here. And Yuma jumps forward. Will get instantly hexed, though. And there's the AoE Doom. It doesn't even reach any of the targets. Wukong's command gets dropped down by Alex as well. And he's desperately looking for something here, Divine Lama. They will find Low Pleb. But Low Pleb literally just walks it off. He's perfectly okay. Wukong's does get stolen by the Rubik. But it's done its job, zoning back these D2 Hustler heroes. They pop the Wukongs. But Rubik, you don't have Diffusal, you don't have Basher, you don't scare us at all, my friend. LeBron gets jumped on by Yuma, but there's going to be the Shallow Grave yet again. Mobe does get silenced up for a moment by the Scarlet Mage, but it's only but a moment. The base is in shambles. The Ancient is falling. They pop the Glyph, but it's not going to be enough as Alchemist beats down Divine Llama and right afterwards takes down the Ancient.